We have breaking news overnight. President Joe Biden made a surprise visit to Kyiv. We'll tell you what we know so far with his meeting with President Zelensky.
And the gun reform push in Congress, what one U.S. senator from our state wants to see passed this session.
Also, one man is under arrest. He's been accused of trying to set a woman on fire in Middletown.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Glad you're with us here on the Fox 61 Morning News, bright and early at 6 o'clock on your Monday. I'm Lauren Senzi in for Erica this morning.
And I'm Tim Lamberts. Good morning. We hope you had a good weekend. We're going to look ahead to this week. There's a lot to talk about here, and we haven't had to say that much, Matt Scott. I don't know how much there is to talk about, but maybe the possibility of some storms, maybe.
Yeah. There's something coming towards the end of the week.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I did not know.
Well, thank you.
Happy belated birthday, sir.
That's the one headline I don't broadcast.
Got it. Yeah,
all of them.
1 year younger.
Good morning to you. Nice to have you along on this Monday. The Doppler radar is quiet now. Later on tonight, we're going to see just a little twitch of action coming on through. Not a big deal at all. It is warm. 47, Hartford and New Haven. Got a decent amount of clouds out there. Rest of the board keeping temperatures mild up in the Litchfield Hills, upper 30s. We're up to 48 still in Groton, also Willimantic in the quiet corner too. So temperatures remaining with the same drumbeat of mild. Tonight, we'll get a little, I mentioned just a little, maybe a couple snowflakes coming through, may provide a couple of slippery spots tomorrow morning. Better chance of some stuff coming in second half of the week. So still warm today, lots of clouds, temperatures getting into the upper 50s, not far off from where they are because of the temperatures stunting the growth. We'll talk about that system on the way. That's coming up in a few minutes. All right, so Lauren's in for Erica.
So
Rachel's in for Lauren. I'm in for a nap at some point, I think. Good morning to you.
Well, it was your birthday yesterday, so you do deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I'll start right now.
All right, perfect. I'll fill in for you too. Why not, right? All right, 6:02 right now here in the Fox 61 Traffic Center. And otherwise, traffic is rather light this morning. 91, 84, all looking good. It's a quick drive, looking at your drive times. You can see Windsor to the 84 interchange. It's 3 minutes. New Britain Ave to the Hartford Tunnel. You're looking at a quick 5-minute drive. A live look outside in Hartford this morning, 91 both directions, rather light volume. And in New Haven, you're looking at 95 this morning. Both directions looking good with rather light volume. Tim, Lauren, back to you.
Hey, Rachel, thank you. It is 6:03. We are following breaking news right now as President Biden is currently, as we speak, in the capital of Ukraine.
Yeah, Tim, this comes as a surprise trip. No one knowing until just about the last hour that he would be there and making a major announcement in support of as well. Keith McGilvery is in the Fox 61 Breaking News Center with what we know. Keith.
Tim, good morning. This is a surprise visit from President Biden to Ukraine happening overnight, taking a train from Poland into the war-torn country as the United States vowing to pledge some $1 billion to help in this, to help in this effort here. An undertaking that has now been underway for nearly a year. The president tweeting that he is there to stand in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. And President Zelensky welcoming that visit as well. Coming up new in our next hour, I'll have more on this visit and what is next for the president. But for now in the Breaking News Center, Keith McGilvery, Fox 61 News.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Keith. We certainly appreciate it. And as always, you can get the latest on all breaking news on the president's visit on the free Fox 61 News app. Now, back here stateside today, one of our U.S. senators, Chris Murphy, is going to continue his push to pass gun reform measures at the national level. Most recently, the senator reintroduced the Background Check Expansion Act.
Fox 61's Angela Bavaro is joining us in studio this morning to break down what exactly is in that legislation. Angela, good morning.
Lauren. Are we on right now? Yes. So Senator Chris Murphy, he will meet with local gun safety advocates this morning to champion this legislation. The Background Check Expansion Act would do as the title suggests here, require background checks for the sale or the transfer of all firearms. Now, under current federal law, unlicensed or private sellers, they are not required to conduct a background check prior to transferring a firearm. This proposed legislation, this extends to all unlicensed sellers, whether they do business online, at gun shows, or out of their home. Now, there are some exceptions built into the act, including transfers between law enforcement officers and temporarily loaning firearms for hunting and sporting events. And this is just the latest push by Senator Murphy on this gun reform front. He also recently reintroduced legislation that would ban certain semi and fully automatic weapons, and another bill would raise the minimum age to buy those weapons from 18 to 21.
This country has had enough. And this country has not just had enough of the mass shootings, but of the 100+ people who die every day from gunshot wounds, suicides, accidental shootings, homicides, all of which can be prevented through limiting the access to dangerous people or people who are going through crisis to weaponry, and particularly weaponry of mass destruction.
And here in Connecticut, several gun reform measures are part of Governor Lamont's package of priorities for this legislative session. Those include measures similar to the ones at the federal level that are being proposed, raising the age to buy all firearms to 21 and expanding the state's longstanding ban on those assault-type weapons. Now, a big note here, these tougher restrictions Democrats have long championed do face an uphill battle at the federal level with lots of Republicans in opposition. Tim Lauren, I will send things back to you.
Angelo, thank you for that report. Well, it is coming up on 6:07 here, and later this morning in East Hartford, former students and staff at Stone Academy are expected to speak about that school's closure and how it left them in a bind. They want answers from both the school and the state as to what happened and what their next steps should be, because many students said they only had a few credits left and are now being told that they might have to start their program over at a new school. They are set to speak today at 11 a.m. on Burnside Avenue. Well, today, New Haven police will be giving out free steering wheel locks to owners of certain Hyundais to make them less easy to steal. But to qualify, for one, you have to live in New Haven, and your Hyundai has to be within the model years of 2010 to 2021. That's all happening between 10 a.m. and 1 this afternoon at the Beaver Hills substation on Whaley Avenue. So why are these types of cars so easy to steal? Fox 61's Brooke Griffin has that answer coming up at 6:30.
We have some developing news coming out of Weathersfield this morning. Authorities say a woman was hit by a car on the Berlin Turnpike. Authorities say that this happened on the northbound side in the area of Arrow Road, which is near the Atlantic Inn, if you know anything about that, kind of across from Cumberland Farms on the Berlin Turnpike. We're told that the victim was taken to the hospital, and as of right now, no word on her condition this morning. The road, though, has since reopened, and anyone who was in the area at the time and has any information is asked to call police. This morning in Middletown, a Middletown man is recovering from burns after police say he attempted to light a woman on fire and burn down their trailer during a domestic disturbance. This all happening on Washington Street late Saturday night. Police say that the suspect, identified as 55-year-old Eugene Bordeaux, lit a fire inside of the trailer before surrendering himself to police. They say that the victim was able to escape. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control, but not before a nearby trailer caught fire as well. Now, 2 families are without homes. Now, we do not know at this time the circumstances behind the domestic situation. Dr. Christine Cochilia says incidents like this are used to exert control in relationships.
They're intimate relationships. When they've lost control, they cannot handle it any longer. I think we're elevating the conversation, which is important, but we really need people to understand that just because someone seems to be an okay person doesn't mean they're not an abuser.
Now, it is so important to remind everyone that there are resources available for domestic violence survivors. You can always call or text CT Safe Connect at the number on your screen, which is 1-888-774-2900. This phone number is a 24-hour hotline where someone can provide the necessary steps in getting you that protection immediately.